Good morning, everybody out there in Doodle land. I've got a short day today. I'm sitting in my bus waiting for a class to be over with of students that I have to take back, and then I'll be off work early today. The school year's about to wind up, and I'll have the full summer to work on more Doodle things. So I haven't shared, but in case you didn't know, I drive a school bus, and also I have my own business transporting things for hospitals, various things when I'm off work from the bus. And I'm becoming a doodle breeder, a Goldendoodle breeder. I've had my Goldendoodle Roxy. I've said before, I'll kind of catch you up. I've said before, I had dogs my whole life, but usually I'll keep them, a long time, like their whole entire life from when they're a puppy, and they usually die of old age, or the last ones died of cancer. So before any of my English bulldogs started to get sick, it's been a few years ago, a lady at my church had told me, she knows I love dogs, everybody knows that. And she told me she got a Goldendoodle from a certain person in a city near us. And she said, you have got to get one of those dogs. She said, the things that Rusty does is unbelievable. And, and she was showing me like he would eat exactly like you do a circle, eat exactly half of his food. He would flip his bowl when he's hungry. I don't know, just a lot of different stuff. They're goofy. They're so loving and so, I don't know, human-like. I mean, I just can't explain it. And I'm sure there are exceptions to that rule. But I went ahead, I waited 3 years, and after she told me I should get one of those dogs, and I got one. And it turned out I got mine from the same lady. She had a house dog, and she would breed it occasionally. And so I got in touch with her, and I said, the next time you decide to breed your dog, I want to put a down payment on one of your puppies. So she got in touch with me first thing when she did decide, a few months later, and I got the dog, and the rest is history. But ever since we've had Roxy, she's just been perfect. I mean, there's a couple things, like, she wanted to wrestle with my bulldog Ton. He just died with cancer here about a week or two ago. And but when she got there, she was a puppy and he was not. He was 10 years old by the time he passed away. And she'd want to wrestle with him, and he just hated it. And he was blind in one eye due to an error of a vet that we were going to a long time ago. I mean, they admitted it was their error. They had a substitute vet while my vet was out taking care of her parents, elderly parents, and this happened. So I did everything I could for him. Almost had him a false eyeball put in, but they told me that dogs don't do well with that. Horses do, but not dogs. Dogs will scratch them out. But anyway, I'm getting off the doodle subject. So when I got Roxy, the more we did with her, the more amazing she was. We took her out west with us for a long trip. We just drove, and we just saw whatever we wanted to see. And we went to Tombstone, Arizona at one point, and the town is set up just like it was back in the 1800s. And the sheriff at Tombstone, I've got bus driver hair today, and I don't apologize. So the sheriff there, I've got pictures of Roxy just getting petted by everybody. Everybody loved her. They want to take selfies with her. And she was maybe 4 or 5 months old then, and scraggly looking. When you first get them, sometimes their hair is just partly curly and partly straight, and you think, wow, on that hair, but you just, but you love them anyway. But I thought she was beautiful. So when I got her, and she's up 3 years old now, I thought I'm going to retire, in a couple of years. I should raise these dogs for people, quality dogs. really make every effort to make, to create a place to get quality Goldendoodles. And so that's how I ended up deciding to become a breeder of Goldendoodles. And so then the search began of the perfect parents. Now, my goal is to have just house dogs that are my beloved pets, raised, loved on, taken care of, fed good food, not left alone much, just anything you could think of that you would want to do for your dog. And I want to raise the puppies to a point the same way, the puppies that they have. Also, I'm going to be searching for a male poodle. I don't want to own the poodle because I don't have good luck with male dogs, because I cannot break them from marking their territory in my house. And two, I don't want to own my male because I may at some point keep back a female for myself. Don't know, depends on a lot of factors, because I'm not going to breed my females that I own right now, forever. I'm going to do what the vet recommends and stop at an earlier age. And I don't really know how that's foreseeable things that I cannot foresee, or that didn't even make sense. Those are things I can't foresee for the future. So, but there's a few reasons I don't want to own my male, but I do want to health test the male that I use, or have some kind of, find a person that has their male health tested. We just sent off the health testing DNA swabs on our little girls. I was going to wait till they were about 7 months old, but I decided to go ahead and order the kits and send them off, because they're almost ready to come into their first heat, which I will not breed them yet, but I don't want to leave them intact if they have any kind of underlying health issue that I don't feel comfortable breeding them. I want to have them spayed around 6 months or 7 months old. Maybe let them have one heat cycle, which will be probably in May, or late May or early June. That's why I went ahead and sent off the health testing. And but anyway, that's how I'm going to work out breeding my females. Right now, they've been to one groomer appointment. I have been training them to have their toenails dremeled and to listen to clipper sounds. I rub the clipper motor around on their neck while it's running around their body. I brush them every single day of their life. You have to brush your doodles every day. Groomers will hate you if you don't, and a lot of groomers will turn you away. They won't even let trim your dog. People are getting tired of putting dogs through pain as a groomer, because their owners don't do their brushing properly. If you don't feel like you can do all that, I just wouldn't get one, because I see so many videos on My Favorite Groomer and on Rover's Makeover on YouTube. Those are two. Now, there's another lady I watch. I can't remember what her name is right now. But they have some of the worst matting situations that come in. And these people will have every excuse in the world why they didn't brush their dog until it's literally wearing a turtle shell of hair. It's awful. So that's just one thing. I brush mine every day, and it's easy. I just keep their hair brushed. If you can't do the whole dog every day, I got 3 and I do them every day. But I don't, maybe I don't have the hectic life you have. I don't have kids that are at home and stuff like that. So, but anyway, you can brush 1/4 of your dog every day. And if that's all the time you have, but you need to brush them properly, you need to get down through all the hair, down to the skin, then run a dog comb, wide tooth comb through that coat to make sure that you did get all the mats, because sometimes the mats will get down deeper in there and you don't know it. So if you brush through it, you're good. And a lot of times I will comb first, and I don't even have to brush mine, because the comb runs through their hair already because they're brushed every day. So just save yourself the headache and just, mainly take care of that. Then if you have them groomed out somewhere else, they'll keep the hair perfect. They'll keep the ears plucked. You got to pluck the ears. You, let's see, you got to keep their ears plucked. What else do you have to do on a doodle? You need to have their anal glands expressed if you see any signs that they need it, which would be excessive licking or scooting their behind on the floor. That means their anal glands aren't emptying, and a groomer can do that, or a vet can do that real easy. And let's see, I dremel their toenails. I don't let their toenails, I'm sorry, my throat, my allergies. I don't let their toenails get too long. I don't want to get this video too long, but one thing I had recorded and I forgot to put it in my last one was, if you travel a lot and you want to take your dog, or if you are going to be gone for a long lot of hours per day and you don't want to have a doggy door, what we do, we have grass patches. I think I've got a video of that, and I'll add it in here, or I will put an Amazon link on the description if I don't. But you can get them in small, medium, and large. And what you do is you get a crate tray or something that looks like that. You can get those at Rural King or any pet supply, pet store, Chewy, Pet Smart. But you get those trays, and then you get a big square. It looks like fake grass, and just put a pee pad under it, or don't if you want to dump the tray out every day, but that can get a little gross. We keep one of those on our back deck, and we keep one of those by our washer and dryer in the utility room. If we're gone for 15 hours, which we rarely are, but if I'm going to work or anything, then all they have to do is go back there and potty on that grass patch. So when I come home, I just clean the grass patch up, throw the pads away that's under the grass patch. If they pooped on the grass patch, I either pick it up and take it outside and shake it, or I use there's another driver, or I use the bags you take with you to pick up poop when they use the bathroom in the dog park or somewhere. I'll use those to pick it up off of there and flush it. And then, every few days, I've got a big bucket. I'll make some bleach water or vinegar water, which is good to kill odors and clean things. And I'll just dash that up and down in there, the grass patch, or take it outside, hose it off, any number of ways you can figure up to actually clean that up. And my friend told me about this idea. She never wanted to let her dog outside ever to potty because it was so white. I think it was a Maltese, and she didn't want its hair stained, so she just always let it potty in the house on the grass patch. We do that if it's raining. We let them use the one on the back deck, or because it can get so muddy. And then they want to wrestle. The puppies want to wrestle, as you can see on all my videos. But we put it on the back deck, and then that way we can close the gate on the deck, and they can potty out there. Or if they get up in the night, they can go out by the laundry, by the washer, and use that grass patch. And what we did when we traveled out west, we took a grass patch and the tray, we put it in a big black garbage bag. And then when we would go to the motel room, we just put the grass patch out in there, on its tray. And Roxy could use that. And it was before we got the puppies, of course. But she could use that, and we never had to let her outside in a strange place or around strange people up in the night, for her to potty. And then in the morning, I'd just wrap the grass patch up in a bag and put the tray in a bag, and we'd move on to the next place. And I felt like it was a good idea. Now, they've got little bark things, like tree bark looking little short, shallow boxes that you can get in. I think they're disposable. You can use one for 30 days. You have to Google them to find them, but they're easy to find. And it smells like the ground. And so, because there's ground things in this patch, but I think it's got some kind of wire mesh over it so it won't, they can't kick out the litter box stuff that's inside of it. And you can train them on that, and then, pick up the poop off of that and let the urine soak into the ground on that. Just throw that away every 30 days. I've seen those. There's a lot of ways you can do this for when you're working. Now, when I'm raising my puppies, I'm going to work on housebreaking them from the day they can walk and their eyes are open. They're going to work on housebreaking. And I always say this, and I don't mean it to be mean, but I mean it to be like heads up. You could housebreak a dog all day, but they don't have thumbs to open the doorknobs. And if you don't let them out, they're going to potty in the house eventually, because you can't not potty when you really have to go forever. And so you got to think of the dog. You got to think what they're going through. So somebody's got to decide to get up and let that animal out. One thing I do, by the way, when I'm potty training mine, is I don't care if they go to the door 10 times in an hour. If they walk toward the door, I'll say, "Oh, have you got a potty?" And I'll open the door and let them out. And then they realize real quick that if they go to the door, they're going to get to go potty. Now, you can also put a bell on a big long string on the doorknob and do that. I had Roxy trained to that early on, but she got to playing with it all the time. She liked to hear it ring, and so it was a little bit hard, so I just took it down. But, yeah, there's all kinds of ways you can get around that housebreaking issue that when people have to work a lot. So anyway, I don't want to get this too much longer. I'm on almost 16 minutes, and it will soon be time for me to go get my kids. I'm actually on a field trip type of thing, so I'm kind of off the clock, but I'm not off the clock. I'm just sitting here with my bus turned off and waiting on my kids. I had a couple hours to kill, so I thought I'd make a video. I'll try to put the video of the pea pad, the grass patch, on with this video so you can see. And I hope you guys will like and share and subscribe and grow with me as I become a fabulous fabulous breeder of quality puppies. I want to make somebody that would love to have a great dog. That's what my goal is. I love hobbies. I love working with hobbies, and I've always been a dog person. So I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great weekend. It's Friday, and I hope you're off tomorrow. So all I got to say is I got a lot ahead of me, and holy cow, holy Goldendoodles. How many Goldendoodles will I end up with at a time? Who knows? 2 females, maybe 8 puppies per female, not at the same time, hopefully. Okay. I'll talk to you soon. Hope you liked the video. Bye.